What's up, everybody? Jaron Fritz, aka FrizzyVisuals. I'm the creative director for Colorado State Athletics with multiple years of professional sports and photography experience. And season 2 of D1 Photography is officially here. We're kicking it off at fall camp, which is my first time behind the camera for Colorado State football. It's a big one. We got a lot to do, so let's head to the stadium. This is the last day of fall camp before the season officially kicks off. I plan to cover the full practice from 9 to 11, but of course, I got a text saying they started an hour early while on the way to the facility, which completely threw off the entire plan of capturing the full session, so we've definitely got to lock in and make the most of our time. And in the spirit of locking in, I had to start with the linemen. First, shot of the day. We're just one shot into the new season and we're already running into a key lesson: how to shoot with low morning sun. At 9 a.m. that light is low and dramatic, throwing long shadows and giving us some powerful directional light to play with. That gives us 3 main options. First, shooting with the sun at your back. This floods your subject with clean, even light, like we saw in the first image. Second, shooting directly into the sun. This creates dramatic silhouettes, flares, and in this case, that glowing rim light on his right side, but it also makes exposure much trickier to manage. And the third move, split the difference. Hit that angle where the sun blasts one side of the face and buries the other in shadow. It's simple, but as you can see, powerful. Mastering each angle and its trade-offs changes everything. Your shots get stronger, your edits get faster, and trust me, this video's packed. I'll be switching styles almost every single shot, so watch till the end and let me know which style you're rocking with the most. With the sun at my back, I noticed the face mask throwing some nice shadows, so I half circled around looking for a way to use those harsh lines to add some effect. There we go, now we're cooking. In the next rep, I saw Edmondson looking straight mean, so I punched in. Ladies and gentlemen, our first contender for shot of the day. Check the details as I zoom in. Sun cutting across his face, sweat shining, a locked in mean mug. I love this frame. After working with the linemen and backers for a bit, I switched up and hunted down those bright orange jerseys to grab some reps with the QBs. This right here is QB1, Braden Fowler Nicolosi. Could easily be the top quarterback in the Mountain West this year, so excited to watch him play up close. I always love getting this angle on QBs throwing, something that is extremely hard to get in game. Right here we have a quick burst of Taj throwing the ball, nothing wild, but man, the colors popped and it ended up looking super clean. It didn't start that way though, so let's jump into Lightroom and break down how I dialed in that even lighting. Here's our starting point. You can see it's pretty dark overall, but the base lighting's solid, so we've got something good to work with. We start by bumping clarity and texture to pull out all those details. Then I'll lower the highlights while increasing exposure. The helmets are crazy bright in the sun, so if you just crank exposure, you'll blow out all the details, so dropping the highlights will keep everything balanced. Now it's time to get freaky with masks. First, I hit the background and drop the highlights even more to create separation. Then I throw in a small mask on the sun side of his face and helmet to pull out just a touch more light. Back in the main editor, I crank a little dehaze and boost vibrance to make those colors pop, then finish it off with a denoise layer to keep it clean before we hit further edits. Next up, I pulled more brightness into his face. Since the light's already hitting him from the front, pushing that glow a bit further feels more natural. I drop in an ice glare mask to brighten up the whites, then hit the pupils with a mask to add some reflections. Super subtle, but those small tweaks are what make the final image feel real. The last tweak was another background mask, this time just on the lower section. It felt a little too hot down there, so I dialed back the brightness to bring balance back to the frame. And side by side, the edits are minimal, mostly brightness balancing, but even with multiple adjustment masks, I try to keep changes subtle and true to what the eye really sees. Alright, that's enough Lightroom talk. Let's get back to the field. Had to rip a few action shots while I was out here too. Can't just live in portrait land all day. As it turns out, the final shot in this burst was a keeper, which means my strategy of spray and pray is finally working. And for my next trick, look at the sky. I'm shooting straight into the sun with the subject in between. I tried exposing for the player, but the light gets tricky, so I flipped it to black and white. Then I switched gears and settings, exposed for the sky, leaving the player silhouetted. And honestly, I hate how this one turned out, but I kept it in because it's an idea I want to spin back on next week, so keep me accountable down in the comments. This is Tanner Morley, one of our captains and a young staple of the offensive line. We will definitely be seeing a lot of him this season. Also, can't forget about Coach Jay Norvell and his classy blue-collar coaching attire. Coach Norvell got the boys huddled up as practice was winding down and my hour was almost up. But honestly, this is my favorite part of sports, the quiet moments, players catching their breath, perfect time to flip into portrait mode and chase some great shots. Camp doesn't mean nothing now, right? It doesn't mean nothing. Love the sweat detail on his face and of course, the hair highlights. I was about to wrap it up for the day, then out of nowhere, shot of the day contender number 2 landed straight in my lap. The details, the grain, the film vibe, the way the skin feels deep and the eyes pop, it's got that sauce. Honestly, I love everything about it. And that is fall camps in the books, well, at least my 1-hour version of it, but it was packed with shots and lessons I'll be carrying into the season. Sometimes you don't need a full day, just the right frames. And you probably noticed a few of those film style edits sprinkled throughout the video. If you want a full tutorial on how to get that look in your own sports photos, definitely drop a comment down below. And if you're still here and not subscribed, make sure to hit that button. It helps me keep creating exclusive content just like this. In the next episode, I will be covering our football home opener and Orange Out. It's going to be electric. Don't be the one to miss it. Until next time.